Japanese first. Let's do it. So guys, I think you're going to be in for a bit of an informative video here because I used to be an immigration officer back in Australia, and I think I can give you the real lowdown here. But I'll just stop here, I'll just get a bit of footage of this. So this is our local board, the advertising and the candidates and such. And on the 20th, everyone goes to the polls. So this is a topic I know very well. I was a mid-level manager, security immigration, and my job was in the detention centres, and also I was a mid-level manager for deporting people. And I spent over 18 months going to different countries twice a week, deporting undesirables from Australia. And I pretty much know the politics and the issues surrounding this better than probably 99.99% of people. I did a video some time back about immigration policy and what shapes immigration policy, and it's business, and everything else is just a show. So what's happening wherever you are, it's usually dictated by what the economy needs, and once you stray away from that, you just lost touch. So a lot of concerns raised in this Japanese first movement is crime and things like this. And what a lot of people don't understand, even with foreigners committing very, very low crime, which is a statistical fact, what the Japanese view as crime is not what we view as crime. So in Japanese society, you have manner, the rules, and then the law is like number 10. So in our culture in the West, there's the law and that's it, but it's not here. So people, foreigners, having bad manners and breaking the rules and things, you're committing a crime in the eyes of the Japanese. So you really must understand this. There is a little bit of honest truth to what they're saying about the foreigners in regards to crime, but it's not exactly the crime that you think it is. It's just basically not following the rules and having bad manner, but that's the same as committing a crime here. And a lot of foreigners, when they come here and they don't want to do this, and why do I have to do this, and that rule is stupid, and you know, all the nonsense you hear all the time from foreigners, in the minds of Japanese, you're basically saying, why, I think I should commit this crime. That's basically the way they feel. They're very, very strong on manner, very strong on the rules, and the law really doesn't matter. It's the manner. So of course, so many foreigners don't follow the rules, they don't follow the manner. Recently, Japan's become really super popular with the tourists, so they just buy their ticket, they come to Japan, they've watched some garbage on YouTube, and they've all gone to Kyoto and places like this, and they're just being fools. And in the eyes of the Japanese, they're basically low-level criminals. So this sentiment will fall on very fruitful pastures. So that's why I always put out cultural videos every now and again, even though people want to say what they want to say. The truth is always the truth, and the truth of the matter is, foreigners that don't follow the rules and follow the manner, you might as well be committing a crime in the eyes of the Japanese. So if you want to stop a little bit of anti-foreigner backlash, you really need to follow the rules. And I'm sure there'll be someone else in the comments saying, oh, the Japanese are robotic and this and that. Just stay home. You know, we don't really need people like that to come over here and basically make the situation worse. So I worked in immigration, and we had a lot of influx of illegal arrivals and things like this in Australia, and we had to deal with this issue. But a lot of them ended up getting visas after passing their security clearances and went on to start businesses and a lot of things. But it's the same thing that happens in the Australian media. They'll highlight some cases, but they won't highlight the other things. So there's a lot of foreigners here that obey the law, pay their taxes and whatever. I'm actually going to the 7-Eleven now to pay my pension for the month, and 99% of foreigners, actually I shouldn't say that. It's about 70% of foreigners pay their pension, which is an issue, but the vast majority don't commit crimes, that's for sure. So just heading back now. So the way I feel about the whole situation is you'll get some people in the political parties will take advantage of sentiment and things like this, but you can't ignore the reality. You can't ignore the damage that foreigners have done. There's a responsibility there that you can't just label other people as racist or something like that, because the reality is there's been a lot of bad behaviour happening, and there's a lot of people who even know the rules think they know better. So as far as immigration and everything's concerned, I should be one of the most probably vocal, being an Aussie or whatever, but I see both sides. Most immigrants that came to Australia, they were fine, most of the people that I handled, and the ones that were no good, we just kicked them back. So we should do flights, 2, 3, 4 times a week for 3-4 years. So I was involved in that. So I know both sides of the situation, and I have a balanced view on it. At the time, Australia had a massive labour shortage, and they even opened up the skilled visas to include dog groomers, believe it or not, dog groomers and bookkeepers. So basically, if you had 2 functioning brain cells, you're able to get in on the in Australia immigration program, and that was dictated by business. They just had shortages everywhere. But anyway, this is what's happened in Japan as well. You've got labour shortages, you've got people filling these roles. They might not have the language skills, they might not have the cultural skills. Most of these service jobs, nursing homes and restaurants and things like this, they're not the most glamorous of jobs. And to be perfectly frank, Americans, Aussies and Brits and whatever, they don't want to do these jobs. They want to come and they want to be real estate pioneers or something, and they don't want that either. So I've been talking about the startup visas everywhere. This is where they want people. You have to really listen to what the government's saying. All parties have never said that they don't want foreigners starting up businesses at all, have they? They're just talking about other stuff. So all parties agree on this, that they want foreigners to come in and a bit of entrepreneurial spirit, to start up a small business and contribute. And I said it from day dot, but still people want to argue, and they want to do silly things like, I want to do an arcade in Japan, or I want to do this or whatever. They don't need this. You're just wasting your time having these dreams, because it's not what the country needs, and what the country needs is dictated by the big end of town, the big business. They see the future. They don't just set their policies just for 10 years. They set their policies generationally. So if you have a look at the Australian government, there was quite a few arrivals coming and whatever, and it was similar sentiment as this Japanese first thing, and it still didn't really stop anything, because the labour shortages were still there, and people were crying out. People were shutting their businesses at the time. People forget these things. They forget that to get a hamburger out in areas outside the main cities of Sydney were 3 times as much, because the Aussies didn't want to move out of the cities. They left these regional areas, and the regional areas for services were more expensive than getting the same service in the city. Bit of a village traffic jam there. But there was a time in 2012 where if you wanted to move out to certain areas and just clean hotels or clean what we call dongas out in the mining areas, you're getting paid $60 an hour, and that's 13 years ago. This is how acute the shortage was. But people forget this, and at the moment Japan's having a labour shortage. People are getting older, so they need people in nursing homes, they need people in the tourist trade, they need foreigners to come and start up their own tourist operations. They need foreigners to come and grow the food and in all these essential areas where they're really expanding the economy. There's billions, literally billions of dollars coming into just my area, Nagano and Niigata, from the Singapore Sovereign Wealth Fund. So the tourist numbers are going to be there, the advertising is going to be there, the government supporting foreigners to do these sort of things. And this buying up a property or whatever, this is something that has been mentioned as a gripe from the Japanese, of people buying up these places and rents going up and this and that. And I've spoken about this many times, but people want to do what they want to do, and most of the time they don't want to do anything. They just want to come and make their money sitting on their ass doing nothing. But if you're just the average Joe and you want to live in Japan and you want to make a go of it, you really need to listen to what the government says, and not only what they say, what they don't say is just as important. So what else adds to this problem with the foreigners is there's YouTubers out there, and they're just school teachers, and they're just on yearly contracts, and they're putting out that they're living the life and all this sort of stuff, and it's just not possible to do this. There's no pathway being a teacher, and when you see people that are a teacher and they're doing their YouTube channel and they're saying that you can do this dream as well, they're just lying to you, okay? They're not doing you a favor at all. You can't come to Japan and be a teacher and then it's going to be a pathway. But they want to make their life out to be what it is, and it's just not reality. It's a fabrication, and unfortunately people watch this stuff and they believe it, and a lot of dreams get shattered, and people selling false hope. Listen to what the government says, where they need people to invest their money and start up their businesses. This is where you need to be focused, and just get rid of all the other noise. The Japanese people don't have a problem with people coming out and starting up a rural business or something like that, or tourism business or whatever. They just have problems in other areas, and you really need to think a little bit more broadly than the usual YouTube stuff that you see, because it's just not reality. People are selling people false hope. They're lying about their own lives. It's just a really bad situation all around. So try and stay away from consuming too much of that, because that's a dead end, and it's been a dead end for over 30 years. So there are people that can come to Japan, and they might be some big hot YouTuber and whatever, and maybe they get their residence a different way, but people watch their stuff, and they think that maybe they can do the same thing. They can come and be an English teacher, start up a YouTube channel, and everything's going to be good. About 1 in 1,000 people that'll work for, so just forget about that. Concentrate on where the government needs you, where the government says they need investment, where they need your entrepreneurial spirit and your skills, and you won't go wrong. So anyway, it's unfortunate that people don't, YouTubers and whatever, they don't put out the full story about their personal situation, and it's sad. It really is, and it's just everywhere, isn't it? So there's people here that maybe they're professors or teachers, but they've been here 20, 30 years when that could be done, and that's fine. But people are still doing it now, and they know that there's no future, but they're giving people the impression that there is, and people are lapping it up, and it's going to really hurt a lot of people. And I say it as it is on the channel, and if you think that what I'm saying is not true, just go on the government website and see if you can get a visa, permanent residence, be an English teacher. And if you don't find it, maybe you should call these people out, because they're not doing anyone a favor at all. Anyway, guys, it's stinking hot, so I better go inside. And that's my little video on the Japanese fur thing. And it's always a bit of a complicated issue, but for people who follow my channel, don't worry about the noise. It's all noise. It's political wrangling, and there's a lot of different things happening. But out here, it's like business as usual. This is a over tourism thing, rents going up, whatever. That's all a Kyoto, Osaka thing. And if you come to Japan, stay away from these places. I've been saying it for years. Anyway, guys, as always, hope you liked the video.
Let's go, go.